mean, how do you deal with such a small room now of receivers?
I mean, I guess you get used to it from the last couple springs that we've had. You know,
Right.
We only had about 6 guys for that too, but you know, at some point, people expect you to go out there and perform. You know, it doesn't matter if you got 3 guys or 8 guys or 12 guys. You know, you just got to go. People expect you to go out there and put a good product on the field, and that's what we're trying to do.
Just what is Ahmad given you guys? Not just right now, but you know, since he's been here, it seems like he's been here forever. He was one of those early enrollees, but what stands out about what he's been doing for you?
No, I love Ahmad. You know, he's one of those guys that you can count on that goes out and competes every single day, you know, especially in games. You know, and he always has that confidence to him, you know, a little bit of swagger. You know, he never loses it. You know, if you ever see him without it, you know, something's wrong with him. So, like, he always comes out and he competes, and that's one of the biggest things that, you know, that we can rely on from him.
Is that East Coast, New York attitude
I think it's
a little
definitely
bit?
from his New York background, that's for sure.
Have you ever tried to, like, get him to eat pizza here in Indiana? Because he swears he won't do it.
Yeah.
Because it's not the same.
Who knows? Maybe if we go to Northwestern, maybe we get that for our snack. I'll like it.
Hey, did you get worn down at all Saturday?
I mean, at different times during the game, like there's definitely certain drives that wear on you a little bit different, but you know, at the same time, you gotta keep going, especially when you got special teams as well. You know, you just gotta keep going and keep filling those spots, because the second you let up, you know, a big play might pop. You know, Penn State had a couple of those, and you know, there was kind of a bad bounce on the ball, and you know, they had a talented guy back there, but you know, the second you kind of let up on a play, you know, turnovers happen, and you know, it's just stuff you can't have because it'll just lead to a loss.
Hey, Jordan Bonner, Corey Taylor saw their first action. I mean, these guys have gone from the bottom of the depth chart to getting reps now, and may get reps on Saturday. Talk about those two a little bit.
Yeah, you know, Jordan, you know, he's one of those guys that, you know, we've really wanted to push along, you know, because he's got the ability, he's got the talent, and, you know, we just want him to feel confident when he gets out there. That's one of the things that I think he's struggling with right now, but at the same time, he gains a little bit each and every single practice, and that's huge, especially with guys being out. He knows, like, it's me and David or me and Ahmad, you know what I mean? And then with Corey, you know, with his size, you know, it's good to see him out there, maybe throw him some balls deep, you know, let him go up and get it, and, you know, hopefully he can have that chance, because, you know, we're looking forward to seeing it. But at the same time, you know, it's all about just going out and doing your job, especially from those two guys when they come in.
What will it take to kind of get this offense going?
I think just having time to throw the ball down the field. I think once you see some more deep balls, you know, past coaches used to say, you know, those big plays just change games, and you can feel it, you know, whether it's the atmosphere in the game, especially when you don't have to go 12 plays. It's huge when you can hit a team over the top and for 40 or 50 or whatever it is, and you can get down there and get rolling, because then that opens up the run game. So, you know, hopefully we can do that and establish the ground game. But, you know, Maryland's got a very good defense, and, you know, we got to go out there and we're going to have to work.
Do you have to, you know, Jack's taking a lot of hits, a lot of sacks in his starts, but do you see any kind of confidence wavering with him that, you know, he needs to get picked up a little bit, not physically, but mentally? How is he kind of dealing with all this kind of being thrown into the fire?
You know, that's one thing that I love about Jack. You know, he's a young guy, and you expect someone to kind of be running around with the chicken with their head cut off. But, you know, he sits in the pocket, especially when, you know, guys are flying around him, and he's got that mental time clock, and he sits in there and he waits for it. And when he needs to get out, he does have that ability to get out, and he's had some pretty big runs for us this year. You know, whether it was TCU or Minnesota or Penn State, you know, he got out and got some good runs. So I like how confident he is, and, you know, he sits in there and takes the hits. You know, we don't want that,
right?
Because, you know, that wears on someone. So, you know, as long as he remains confident and, you know, sits in the pocket and delivers, it's going to be a good thing.
Sort of assess David Bell's development.
You know, David, you can see the glimpses, especially during the summer, you know, the way that he ran deep balls and how smooth he was in and out of breaks, and you can definitely see that, you know, when he gets out there. And as the season goes on, he's going to keep getting better, especially you can just tell the way he goes up and gets the ball. Mm-hmm. You know, it's different, and that's something that's going to be one of his big things, especially when he gets to be a junior or senior, however long he's here, being able to go up and make big-time catches and not just let it come to you all the time. Coach Shep wants us to let it come to us sometimes over the shoulder, but at the same time, he's very good at going up and getting it and protecting himself. So that's going to be huge for him down the road.
That's what I say. Is you guys being taught to go attack the ball out of the air, or is that just who some of these receivers are?
At times, it just depends on the throw. It depends on the throw. A lot of times where if it's a go ball, we'd like to stack a guy, especially if it's in the corner of the end zone, more over the shoulder. But at the same time, if it's a post or something, go up and play basketball with the guy. You know what I mean? So it all just depends on the throw and where you're at on the field.